Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks and another random destruction. It's Monday. Last week was a bit of a bust with uploading videos because we had the plumber back and forth doing jobs, and in typical plumber fashion. An example was, turned up. I asked, roughly how long will it take, do you think? Oh, it'll only take me an hour. And then, as my kids would say, 4 hours later. Yeah, it just went on like that basically. So yeah, a bit of a bust last week video. So fresh week, fresh start and all that stuff, and here we are. So quality might not be quite as good on these two clips because I did actually record these using the PlayStation 4's inbuilt recording feature. I was having a couple of issues with my laptop, those issues being that my wife was borrowing it. So just recorded them using the PlayStation feature, just having a potter about, and if any, not doing anything in particular. Grinding out a couple of tanks, and if anything happened, I just saved it. I wasn't trying to get footage or anything like that, just having a bit of a mess about on it this weekend. But anyway, some of you may have seen I've got out the T50. Well, I say got out the T54. I've still got the T54. I will keep my T54. I really enjoy it, and but I've got the Object 140, and I'm now grinding slowly towards the T62A. And this is one of the games that I was in my T54 trying to get that XP done, and it was thanks to all those lovely boost ops that we've been able to save up recently. I had a load of ×5s and went from 60,000 on this up to the 200,000 I needed within a couple of days thanks to the ×5s, which was lovely. I also in a week went from I think tier 4 on the Swiss sort of medium heavy line up to the fully upgraded tier 8 as well, using those ops. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Just saved them up and really hammered them. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've also been asked, I know I did the Banana Buster video and a lot of people weren't overly happy because of it, the Banana Buster. I think that was not so much the reaction to it being a mercenary tank. I think it was more a reaction to just the Brett Larson tanks in general, although some of it was just to it being a mercenary. But I have been asked, and I will be having a look at Absolution. I did earn that the other day, and again, that was something that I didn't really. I think I started it a bit late. It took me about 2.5 to 3 weeks, I think, of really, I've been hammering the game. So there you go. But yeah, I did get my Absolution on Saturday, and somebody did make a point. They asked if I was going to be reviewing it because whether you like it or not, you're going to end up with one at some point. Oh, yeah, this is where... Oh, that was a close one. Yeah, this is where it kind of... I'd kind of lost a bit of patience and faith in some of the team because a lot of the team had sort of spread the other way. Really struggling down on this corner, and I thought, I'm having that light tank, and I'm going after him. And got myself into a rather messy situation. Facing off against a couple of tier 9 heavies, which, luckily, and somehow... I'm not dead yet, and I've got to try and get him, use him as a bit of cover from the other one. Oh, that was lucky again, and if I hadn't have pulled back then, I think he would have got me on my side. Come on, take him down, damn it, that got eaten by spaced armour. I'm dead, and I think, yeah, going through my mind at this moment is, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Kind of like that, and I know I've got to take him out, but I was trying to take one out at once, and then all of a sudden, oh, hang on a minute, I'm still alive. And the enemy team aren't. Oh well, the enemies down here aren't anyway, so yeah, that was quite good. Well, just intense, skin of the teeth, and 99% pure luck, I think, with 1% dash of skill mixed in. Now, Absolution, again, yes, I will be doing a review of that simply because, as I was saying, the point was made to me that whether you like it or not, most of people will probably end up with one anyway through the op. And I see it as, you've got a couple of options, or 3 options that I can see. You can either sell it for the cash. It's a viable option. I saw somebody on Twitter had done that already. You can either just leave it sitting in a garage and never play it, or you could jump in it and have a little go. And to be honest, I found Absolution quite fun. And to my mind, it kind of doesn't look too out of place, even with the rail tracks on it and everything. But it kind of doesn't look too out of place. It's a Panther hull, obviously the M10 variant, the ones that were done as a Wolverine. But it's a VK 31P, is it? Turret on it, and a German gun as well. So it kind of, to me, it kind of does actually look like a kind of legitimate German prototype, or it could have been a sort of legit German prototype, but anyway. I will be having a look at that one. And I will be having a look at the 50 TP as well, even though it's not in the store anymore. I have a feeling it'll probably come back alongside or not long after the Polish tanks actually hit the game. So I will have a look at that this week as well. But anyway, here we are. Back to this. Now, the side that we came down, which I really didn't think was going to go too well, because, well, there weren't really that many of us that went down that way compared to the other side, as actually we've managed to sweep round back on the tanks. We do have a light tank capping just in case, and it does, I mean, in fairness, it does look like most of the enemy team went the other way. Now, you'll notice I've switched to heat at this point. I don't need heat for the back or the side of the T-34, or T-32, sorry, and in fact, probably if I'd have used standard ammo, that probably would have gone in. But because it was heat, it kind of got eaten up on the spaced armour. I switched it, well, there you go, I switched to standard, and it went straight through the side of the turret there. Well, heat would have done that as well, but, you know, heat would have gone in on the first one as well. I did switch to heat, though, because of the 101p. The thing with the T-54, you've got two guns. Oh, here comes a Batchat trying to take me down. Nope. Is it Batchat? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's got two guns. You've got one which has a faster rate of fire, better accuracy, better aiming time, slightly. Than the other one which has more pen, but obviously slower aim, slower accuracy. So this only has 201 pen, which is quite low. Well, I say quite low. It's very low for a tier 9 medium, really, 201. So a lot of people will just fire exclusively heat out of the T-54, hence the nickname Heat 54. I still say that you don't have to fire just heat to be effective. I have swapped heat now because of that tank, but we're just capped out, so, you know, nothing to lose. I was on very, very little health. I wanted to make sure everything penned. You know, but against most other tanks, I don't think you need to use heat at all. I think you just need to aim for weak spots or try and do your workaround. As you can see, yeah, ×5 on the old XP there. So, you know, not the best match I've had in that. I've had a couple of sort of, you know, 4,500 games in it over the weekend, and but they were just pretty, I don't know, they weren't, I just felt that was more entertaining than anything else, and I just thought it was a good fun round. But yeah, I don't think you need to fire heat in those just to be effective. But you know, you do have to carry some. It's just plain and simple. There are going to be some tanks you come up against that you just simply don't have the pen to get through, or you just simply cannot get around them to put the pen that you do have on your gun into use. So, but yeah, I really don't think you need to just fire heat. Anyway, off that one, I hope you enjoyed that that round. It was certainly fun to play. It was a bit sort of, yeah, you know, there was a couple of times where it was like, yeah, pucker up, you're going to get it, but I don't know, I managed to get through that, like I say. Now, those of you that follow me on Twitter you may have seen the results screen, I think, posted on there from this match. So a bit of a spoiler alert. I'm not going to fill you in if you haven't seen it. There you go, if you have. Sorry, bit of a spoiler, but if you haven't, hopefully, you might enjoy this video and find it a little bit entertaining. And as you can see, I'm in the T-54E1. I've had this for so long. It's such a long grind to the T-57. In fact, I was looking yesterday, in fact, at some of the prices of the tier 10s. Obviously, I just got a tier 10 Russian medium. My first tier 10 Russian tank, by the way. Plenty of tier 9s again, but, you know, there you go. And I really ought to concentrate a bit more on single lines. But the T-57 Heavy is quite expensive for a tier 10. It's 250,000 XP. Now, to give you a bit of a perspective, the Object 140 tier 10 Russian medium was 200,000. The T-62, 206,000. But you might be saying, well, they're mediums, you know, they could be a little bit cheaper. But the T110E5, the American tier 10 Heavy, is only 185,000 XP. So whether it's just that's really cheap or whether the T-57 is quite expensive, I don't know. But I'm getting there. I've got about 80,000 left on this thing now to get out of it, and I do have a love-hate relationship with this. The pen is quite low at 210. You know, I know that's some people's problems with it. I know it's not a particularly popular tank, or it doesn't seem to be, at least. Most of the time when I talk to people about this, they either say, God, I hated that tank, or yeah, it was alright, but I was glad to get to the T-57. I have had some really enjoyable games in this. I have had some absolutely miserable games in this. And it's not like other tanks where you can have a miserable game and, you know, it could just be down to the team where you do something stupid or whatever. It's some of the miserable games have really been down to deficiencies in the tank, i.e. the pen. Sometimes the accuracy just does not behave. And, you know, out your 4 shots that you fire, you might get 2 to actually go on target. If you're lucky, and 1 might pen. I've had games like that in this tank. So it is, like as I said, a bit of a love-hate relationship. But on the whole, I do kind of enjoy this tank. I do, I think. Either that or I just hate myself. I don't know. One or the other. Yeah. Not sure what it is. You know, to keep putting myself through it. But this is one of those games where it just worked. The gun behaved itself. Things worked out. Not so much for the Conqueror, because my second shot sets him on fire. So he was full health or as near as damn it. And I've just completely annihilated him. Now I'm going to just say that I'm reloading. I'm hoping the guys just sort of behind me to the left can hold them off on the heavies. And I'm hoping that nothing decides to come around this corner and has been counting my shells. Again, with auto-loaders, a bit of a tip if you're against them, if you don't already, count the shots. Try and learn kind of, you know, how many shots they have. Some have 4, some have 5, some, you know, there's some with 6, some, you know, that sort of thing. So kind of try and just have a look in the tech tree if you can. Obviously, it doesn't always give you the full figure because the stock guns sometimes hold less or more, sorry, than the fully upgraded ones. But try and learn how many shots a particular autoloader has in its clip and try and count them. You know, when you're up against one, so you know when it's safe to go out, because I've caught people out by pretending to be empty. And that Jagdtiger is going to wish that I was empty, because again, he's deleted, and he was, well, he wasn't on full health, but he was on a certainly a good whack of health there. Well, yeah, that's, like I say, that's kind of my advice against autoloaders. Count the shots. I don't know where the STA had been, whether he's focusing on something else or what. I'm not sure if he doesn't realise that I'm reloading. But I think he may be concentrating on something else near me. And, yep, it could have been the ISM that just took him out. Now I'm reloaded. Let everybody know that I'm ready to fire. I can push up behind them. It's still fairly even at this point, and then, oh, yep, heavy behind me. Spin it around. And it's a King Tiger. The first one goes in, and just angle a little bit, and the next one gets eaten by his tracks. And he gets taken down by the, was that an STI, did it say? Again, small preview window, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think that was an STI. Yeah, it was. There he goes. So I decided to go for that reload. And, yeah. Now, this Type 59, he can't know that I'm reloading, because otherwise I think he would have pushed around either that or he's waiting for something. So, yeah, this is now one of those kind of tense moments when you're driving an autoloader where you're reloading, there is something around the corner and you're thinking, is he going to figure out that I'm empty? And just when he gets brave, I reload. Managed to get one into him. He gets joined by a TD, which I managed to bounce. I managed to get a hit into him. The Type 59 comes back around again. One more and he's done. And foiled by another autoloader. And yeah, now I am in trouble. And yep. And a small dose of irony. I get taken out by an opposing autoloader. So there you go. And that was just towards the end, and it didn't take long for those guys to get surrounded and taken down. Although I kind of wish that, I don't know, maybe one of the heavies has stuck around a little bit. But anyway, now quite a nice round, 6,500 damage, high caliber, ace tanker, and a sniper, which is always a surprise in a tank like that because the accuracy can be atrocious. But yeah, all in all, quite a nice round, and very, very happy with that one. And I think the single best round I have had in that tank. I don't think I've had one anywhere near as good as that. I think my best was around 5,000 damage before, so there you go in that tank. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that video. I should be back tomorrow, possibly with the Absolution review or the 50 TP. We'll see how it goes. So until then, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.